Good evening, friends. Good evening, humans. And good evening, the rest of partially humans and non-humans as well. Good evening to you all. Did you ever consider yourself as a leftover? Somebody who is left behind in this chase of fame, competition, power, greed, success, money? Do you feel left behind the rest of the few who are chasing some unattainable goal? Did you ever try to talk with these people? Why they are chasing something that it doesn't exist, at least from your perspective? Because your first place in finding the truth doesn't have to be theirs. Maybe your truth is to just have enough food and covering over your head. But if you ask some of the Wall Street banksters, their unattainable goal is to make $3 billion a year, not just one, or not 100 million. Yet, what are they going to do with this when they reach it? They'll just shift it, a carrot, a bit longer. So they're the ones who think they're the donkey and they're the Don Quixote who is actually riding this donkey. Carrot as well, it's something that they putting and pushing always in front of their nose. Not even for a second observing what they're doing with these huge amounts of really wrongdoings towards many other people, towards a planet, towards all the resources that this planet provided us to sustain millions of years, not just a couple of hundred of years, with gasoline or whatever oil that we're drilling out of the earth. Yet, if you decide to make billions or quadrillions, then you have to start doing a war. So, today's little chat goes like this. Droppings on the side of the road. Are you the one? Here, I'm implying that are you the one of these droppings? So you think I call you a shit? Do I call you a human excrement? Maybe. If you decide to present yourself as one who is chasing some of these unattainable goals, like fame, like money, like power, like success, like being first. Maybe all of these being first now become being first of the droppings that are left behind. Because a very human person would not go around on the side of the road and start picking all the dry shit and carry it with you in a very beautiful future. On their path, on their quest to find themselves, you think they will carry all this droppings? Some dry, some liquid, some very, very stinky. Very sane humans find a way to actually shed their own droppings away and leave everything behind. But I mean everything that it's not of true intrinsic value for them on their path. So there's no carrot in front of their nose. They don't ride any donkeys. And they're not even the rider who's represented in Don Quixote's story, chasing the windmills. They're always turning around and they always come to the same spot. Yet this is not the way how this life is set. This life is not linear. That you go from A to B, and when you reach a B, then you have to look, where is my C? Or you set your new goal, which will be like C, D, E, F, and whatever. But why? Why cannot enjoy in your A position, or your present position where you stand, or where you kind of walk, when you sustain yourself and you look around and you see, are you comfortable? If you're not comfortable, or if you're not too happy with, doesn't matter, your housing, your food, your whatever, ask yourself a question. Why and what you need to have so to become happy? For some very greedy ones, or actually for many very hoarding ones, very judgmental ones, they were never happy. Never ever happy in the moment of now, or for with whatever they have around themselves. Do you call this sickness? Do you call this a discomfort? At least, to me, this is the worst of the worst. The infection that has to be cured out of this half-human entity who walks on this earth and really cuts the heads around to become first, destroys the earth to become better or more rich than he was yesterday or their first neighbor. Or if they don't like how much neighbor has, what they do? They organizing a war or invasion. So for how many hundreds of thousands of years we still chasing this carrot on the stick? And many of these, the top guys, whatever, top women, now in the business, in the politics, in corporate world, in entertainment, so-called entertainment, they are always pushing a carrot in front of them. And do you know where they're finding their food? They're picking droppings of other very enlightened beings who just left all their garbage around. Because people cannot carry all their past. Because past is pretty much built from many, many mistakes. So if you suffer in the present moment, you're carrying a tremendous amount of mistakes from the past. Solution? I don't know. Maybe you make some kind of comments on this. What do you think we can make a different than going into the tomorrow by not carrying anything from yesterday? What should be the best way? What should be the best healing approach for each one of us, each one of you? I can give my suggestions, but these are just my suggestions and how I dealt with my, call it, difficulties, or my situations where I have to recognize how greedy I was, how judgmental I was. So what I've done there, I realized I don't have to. This is the first step. I don't have to be greedy anymore. Meaning that I'm becoming very, very tranquil and peaceful for whatever I have at the present moment. Yet I will not push my truth and my views on anybody around, except that I will be brave enough to say how I achieve my peace, how I achieved my health. And it will be up to anybody else who come across these little blurs to take it, or take a portion, or just throw it in the garbage. It has no impact on me at the moment when somebody makes a judgment of these videos or of these teachings. Yet it had a very great impact in the moment where I recorded them. So why? Because if I discover something, I will, instead of droppings, like really a little shitty dry droppings on the road, I will leave maybe a nice diamond in the form of an idea, in the form of healing, in the form of link, where you can find some of the solutions for you, maybe all. So just look down underneath and you'll find one of my favorite places where I can recommend everybody to start really enjoying the life. Don't get too judgmental, like that you didn't know about aliens, didn't know about invisible parasites, you didn't know about chemtrails or GMO food. Who cares? Now you know, and now you know the place where you can get better. So don't leave your dry shit behind. Leave diamonds. Leave a little rubies. They will help everybody who's going in a similar direction. And they will see these rubies because they are not carrying a carrot in front of them anymore. Carrot of greed, carrot of competition, carrot of really fear of dying before they achieve a certain goal. Who says that you have to even achieve anything before you die? Who even says that you have to die at all? Think about it. Question absolutely anything and everything you learned until this moment, because it was twisted. It was not for your benefit, for your growth. It was to keep you dormant. It was to keep you suppressed. It was to keep you absolutely stupefied. Why? Because if you're dormant, if you're stupid, you're much easier to control. And why they want to control you? They want to carry you in the same direction where these freaks are going and feed off you in the process while you're going there. So stop being a food for fools. Become a true giver of diamonds and rubies of life that stay behind you, so others can find a similar way towards the truth, but their own truth, not yours, because they will use these little gems of wisdom and apply it in the way they feel comfortable. But in my perspective, every of my teachings are simply here to trigger you into self-realization, into self-introspection. So you have to go within yourself to find what has been wrong with you. I cannot tell you what is wrong. I mean, I could, but it would be ludicrous to. Maybe you enjoy being greedy and jealous and angry and so. So why would ruin your fun if I tell you there is a better way? I mean, there was a better way for me until I realized. So I will leave these little gems on the side. Whoever picked them up, they will still be there because they're in the form, they're continuously refreshing themselves. Whoever pick an idea and create their own idea, they actually put this gem back in, make it shinier, and then create another gem of their own way towards enlightenment. This is where we're going. Enlightenment, in my perspective, means no greed, no jealousy, no hoarding, no judgment, no competition, and the best of all is no fear. When you have no fear, what this reflects into? Then you have peace. When you have no judgment, you have peace. So whatever you are, or whatever others want to be, you just let them be, and right away you are in peace. When somebody want to compete with anybody else, you let them be. I mean, you can show them how you live and let them compete, because eventually you'll run out of the competitors. And they will start looking for somebody who's much healthier than them. Because many of these competitive creatures, they start running off the sources of the energy, where they can steal. Nobody want to go to the stupid concerts of Metallica or Black Sabbath or Beyonce or Madonna or whoever of these freaks, because people start feeling, first of all, they spend a ton of money. It's just entertainment area. They spend a lot of money. Second, they lose a lot of energy. And they've been exposed to a tremendous amount of alien parasitic entities jumping from one person to another on these big events. For them, this is a feast. This is like a best possible dinner they can have. Thousands of people yelling and screaming in an enormously loud environment, where the black magician words are infused on you without even considering anything that you will bring you a benefit, you as a human who come to these concerts. So simply watch it, or just avoid them. Let them run out of the business, because nobody wanna listen these crappy words with a tremendously loud music and very judgmental lyrics, where have nothing to show you an example how you can live better tomorrow. So, my final question to you: can you live better tomorrow by dropping all your luggage, all your garbage that you're carrying at the present moment on the side of the road, and start looking for the true gems on your path towards enlightenment?